it is time for our pull workout. This workout is constructed similarly to the push workout. So again, we will start with activations, focusing on shoulder blade mobility and movement and control. And we'll switch between bent arm strength exercises as well as isometric hold exercises, focusing on some core, loads of back. Let's go. For our warm-up, we will start with shoulder dislocates. These are very similar to the shoulder cars we have seen in a previous workout. Only now we will grab hold of a band. We can also grab a stick, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult as the resistance band will move with us. We are building up towards full mobility, so we're going to use a resistance band for now. Raise the arms until we cannot go any further without shrugging. Then we shrug to push through the dead end. We pinch the scapula together, move the arms behind us, and we go back to finish the same circle. Again here, really pay attention, push through the arms, keep your arms strong, elbows extended, but emphasis on the shrug. Try and push it as far and as wide as you can. We will then move on to shoulder elevation and depression. Place the band around the neck. Make sure it's comfortable. We will start with depressions, keeping our elbows fully extended, arms straight and active. Try and focus on that area underneath the armpit to do the work for us and pull those shoulder blades down. And for our elevation, we grab the resistance band, pull it through the feet, and do exactly the same thing in the reversed motion. Again here, make sure we're not shrugging from the neck, but we're pushing the shoulder blades up. From here, we will move on to a hollow body hold. This is our first isometric hold of the day, and also one of the most important ones. You will see this come back in all kinds of exercises. It will be our best friend from now on, and also our enemy. The hollow body hold is a very tough hold and amazing for core connection when executed well. We will first see a full hollow body hold, then we'll go through some regressions. Our aim is to build up solid technique and strength and up our seconds week by week. Time under tension with perfection matters. The technique is what counts. Meaning, if we work up to 10-second hollow body holds, but in the last 2 seconds you're kind of losing tension and you see an arch in the upper back, it's too hard. We need to regress. We want 10 full seconds. 10 full seconds of core engagement and having that hollow body shape, the banana shape. We will start on the floor in a relaxed state, just because we really want to feel the difference between our natural alignment and hollow body hold. We will breathe in through the nose, have our hands placed on the ribs, and fully exhale. Exhale as deep as you can. We want the ribs to really come down. You will notice that at the same time, you have the tendency to lift your chin up, which is great. We're forming first half of our banana shape. Half of our body is right now in a hollow body position. What we want to do now is attach the rest to it. We want to suck in the belly button to the navel. Slightly tuck the pelvis, not too far, slightly. We're going to place the hands behind us, reach through them, armpits close to the ears. Keep those ribs engaged. Now we want full connection from lower back up into mid and upper back and the floor. We're going to extend our legs. Our core is compressed, smaller, compressed into the floor, not extended outwards. When you see this forward extension of energy, means that we're engaging the six pack. We don't want to engage just the six pack. We want to engage the core. In compression, everything is tight and tucked together. You will see the distance between the hips and the ribs becomes smaller. When you're in a hollow hold and you start to shake and you feel force being pushed outwards, readjust, start again. You're working with the abs, not the core. We hold We breathe through the nose. We push the lower back into the floor. We hold the hollow body for as many seconds as we can until failure, meaning failure of technique. We have regressions. We're going to start in a tuck position. Instead of stretching out the legs, we're going to tuck the legs. Make sure to really push your navel inwards and push your back onto the floor or on the mat. The closer you have your knees, the easier. The further you have your knees, the hardest. Check at which stage you are by finding a comfortable position, and then move and extend your legs until the point where you feel an arch. You feel that your lower back is coming off the ground. That means you're not ready to go there yet. So we keep ourselves in a position where you can fully activate the core and really work on building up your seconds. We are ready for our pull work. We're going to go to a bar. In my case, it's going to be this goalie and some rings, but this could be any bar. First things first, when we're hanging from something, what's important? Our grip. We're not just going to hang in there randomly. There are different ways of working on our grip strength and also different ways to grip the bar. Let's get into those and then we continue. When we work with pull strength, what is very important is our grip strength, also our grip technique and forearm strength. From now on, what we're going to try and do is we're never going to pull from here, thumbs up. We are always going to pull from here, thumbs down. We slightly turn the knuckles forward. What we now get is a hook grip or a semi-false grip. That is what we want to apply when we are doing our pull-ups or our active holds or any other work that we're doing hanging from a bar. That means we're pulling from here with strong forearms. You see that the wrist is slightly flexed over the bar, creating a hooked grip. Eventually, we can work towards a full false grip where the bar is pinched between your flexed wrist. Bar comes here, you flex your wrist, creating a hook around the bar, and that's how you grip onto it. We're relying less on finger strength and we're getting way stronger forearms, like this. False grip and semi-false grip or hook grip can feel pretty uncomfortable when you're not used to it. We're going to use tennis balls when we are doing our active hangs, for example, or our scapular shrugs to get used to gripping the bar basically more with your hand than with your fingers. We grab 2 tennis balls, we grip them tight, we flex our wrists. Always make sure that you try and flex your wrist in a 90-degree angle, so from here, and not sideways or the other way around. By holding the tennis balls, we create more space within the grip and it becomes easier to get used to it. We grip the bar and we pull ourselves up from here. Make sure to really press your fingers down. Hold a firm grip. Tennis balls are pinched straight over the bar. A false grip gives us a much stronger base to pull from eventually, but it's also necessary when we're going to start working with rings and eventually toward a ring muscle up. False grip on rings is a different story. We want the ring to lay right here, not in here, but here. To achieve this, we take the ring, place it right there, curl our thumb under and our fingers above. We're gonna turn the ring downwards and try and flex our wrist as straight down as possible. Now, if we do this correctly, we're hanging right at this spot and not here in that little wrist crease because that's gonna hurt. From there, we hang and we pull. So we're basically eliminating the weak points of weak fingers and weak wrists. A false grip feels strange on bars. Imagine how it feels on rings. We can use tennis balls to condition the grip and wrist and feel of it. So we flex the wrist fully as straight as possible over the rings and we pull ourselves up. Keep pressing that ball down. Now we know how to grip our bar. We're going to start off with some scapular mobilization. In our push work, we did scapular push-ups. Right now we can do scapular pull-ups. We're first going to transfer our weight into an active hang by pressing the shoulder blades down here. Again, area underneath the armpit becomes very important. We're going to make sure we have extended arms, strong forearms. Keep the line of that forearm vertical. We're not going here. We're not going here. We're going to go from a dead hang into an active hang. From that active hang, we're going to push a little bit further up and down, up and down. When we go up, the shoulders are as far depressed as we can. The core is tightly tensed. We lower back down. We come back up. Shoulder blades are moving from elevated position to a depressed position. We're really trying to engage the lats here. This point right here is also the point of momentum where we start our pull-up from. This is usually a very difficult part to get through. So this conditioning also helps us to build up some strength and control right in the beginning of that movement. Keep your shoulders fully depressed, and more importantly, keep your arms straight. We're not going to pull and push our shoulder blades down and up by moving the elbows. We are solely moving the scapula. Next up, another isometric hold, which is the active hold. We're going to work from the same starting position as we've just seen with our scapular shrugs or scapular pull-ups. What we're going to do now is we're going to put ourselves into that active hold. Make sure we're keeping that hollow hold positioning, that banana shape. Pull ourselves up, active, core tensed, pelvis slightly tucked. Don't move your legs up from the hip flexors. If you do that, you will get a pike position. We're not looking for a pike position. We don't want corners or angles here. We're looking for a dish hold. We engage the core. Make sure your elbows are not coming closer, but stay far away from each other. And we hold for time. From there on, we're going to move into our pull-ups. We are going to start our first phases with a traditional pull-up. We can do a pull-up with a completely hollow body, where the elbows come slightly behind us and the bar ends up very low. This is a great pull-up to train for future muscle-ups. Or we train a traditional pull-up, and that's what we're going to start with. The elbow is close to the body, but not as close as with the hollow body pull-up. The elbow doesn't travel backwards, but it travels right beside us. There's a straight line from the bar from which we pull all the way down and up, down and up. We think about pulling the bar towards us, not pulling ourselves up. And when we hold the bar, we try and grip it as if we are bending it sideways. So we're putting emphasis here on the pinky. It's going to strengthen our grip. We don't want to go into a full hollow hold. As I said, we're staying with the traditional pull-up from now on. But we do want an engaged core. What we usually see when people attempt traditional pull-ups is that they pull up with a very arched back, arched upper back, but also a very arched lower back, meaning there is no tension here. What we want is a strong core and an arch in the upper back, as if we are broadening and activating ourselves. From this position, we put ourselves up and we come down. We always want to go as low as we can. We would love to get the bar up until the chest. There is a variety of ways to practice pull-ups. What's most important is technique. We can start with pull-ups with a resistance band, but if it's hard to get the right activation and to really get a good feel for the technique the first times you try it, it's better to go and move to a lower bar that you can pull yourself up from. You will support yourself with your feet, and that way you can solely focus on technique. If you have rings, this becomes even easier because we can adjust the height of the rings. Things to keep in mind when doing ring pull-ups are false grip, and also we're basically doing chin-ups when we use rings. We will pull ourselves up from here, resulting to a chin-up, which is also a perfect exercise. Best thing to do is to combine both. We would like to work in ring strength and in bar strength. When going for a feet supported pull-up, this will be done from a active position, trying to stay as straight underneath your pulling point as possible. Now embrace your core. You have your heels on the floor, but don't rely too much on your feet. Pull yourself active, pull yourself strong, engage from the lats. Keep the shoulders down and pull yourself up as high as you can. Hold it. Slowly move back. We want to fully extend the arms, but not drop into a dead hang. So we stay active, but with full engagement of the arms. And now comes the hard part, to pull ourselves back up and down. If our strength is decent enough, we can probably start with resistance band pull-ups. We don't have to focus too much on building strength and technique at the same time, so we can give it a shot. When using a resistance band, always try and place both feet into the band. We first depress the shoulder blades. We take our active positioning. Try and keep the lats engaged. We're going to turn our knuckles forwards and inwards, hold a tight grip, thumbs under the bar. We're going to pull ourselves up in a straight line, hold it, and we come back. And we go up, keep those shoulders depressed, and we go back. I recommend using shoulder grip width or a little bit wider. Try not to compensate during the pull-up by pushing your chin forward or over the bar. We're trying to keep it as controlled as possible. From there, we're going to do another isometric hold. We're going to do 90-degree holds, meaning the point where we usually are at 90 degrees in the pull-up, that's where we're going to hold. We're not going to move up and down, we're just going to hold for seconds. So we're building strength and endurance in that specific moment of the exercise. We pull active and up, and we hold. Keep the elbows apart. This is going to burn. Lats engaged, shoulders down. We move on with a great bent arm exercise to build strength, and that is an inverted row or an Australian row. It's basically a pull-up, but then we pull horizontally instead of vertically. We can aim for higher repetitions as the pull-up is usually a bit heavier and more demanding. Besides that, we still work on our pull-up technique, and we are really strengthening the full scope of the back. Another plus point is that the inverted row can be done on a lot of different things or surfaces, such as a higher chair or a countertop of a table, also a low bar or rings. We want to pay attention to our angle. The more horizontally we place ourselves, the harder the exercise. The bigger the angle, the easier the exercise. So we want to start off with a slight angle, and then go down and down and down as we build up strength. We have the rings a little bit over the attachment point. For our first progression, we're holding the feet firmly on the floor. We again go from protraction into retraction, but now we pull ourselves up and down. The rings end up halfway or mid-chest height or slightly below. We keep the elbows not fully wide nor fully behind us, but on a 45-degree angle of the midline. Really retract those shoulder blades at the end. When pulling from a low bar, pay attention to your hook grip. Pay attention to the vertical line of the forearm. And we're going to pull ourselves up in the same manner. We protract, tense the core, place the thumbs underneath the bar, turn the knuckles forward, pull up and down, pull up and down. If that goes easy, we move into a straighter body alignment. We lower the bar. We move ourselves up and down, up and down. Pick a height that allows you to pull the bar somewhere here around low chest height. As we get stronger, we are able to pull ourselves more horizontally and from a lower attachment point. You retract the shoulder blades, we pull up, Finish off with face pulls to build up volume and really burn our back out. We can do this by using rings, but we can also do it by using a resistance band. It depends what you have on hand. The basic exercise will look like this. We have our arms fully extended, cores engaged, so are the lats. We pull up, we have tension here in a 90-degree angle. We move through the side, we pinch the shoulder blades together. Try not to move your elbow back and also not in front of you, but straight beside you. That way we keep all the momentum close to the active part of our body. That's pulling those scapula down and retracted, keeping the lats active. From there, we move the arms back into full extension and we pull back. When using a band, place it around forehead height. Make sure you choose a resistance that is not too high, but also not too low. Arms are extended, core is engaged. We go into a 90-degree, hold, thumbs point backwards. My favorite way of doing this exercise is definitely on rings. We have the same principle, we have a different grip. We have a false grip. We hold our feet tight on the ground. We tuck our pelvis, we tense our core. We use our shoulder blades in a protracted position. We're going to pull the rings towards us and wide. And slowly come back. Don't hesitate, help yourself with the feet. Pinch the shoulder blades together. We're going here from protraction into retraction, pulling ourselves up. We finished the workout with our cool down flow that we used for our push workout as well. And we're done. We have a well-rounded pull workout.